So in the last session, you guys made it to the village of Ambercross. I guess in the session before that, you made it to the village of Ambercross and engaged in battle against hobgoblins and the big bad, their commander, and the goblin wizard that was riding on his shoulder. It was a tough battle. Killed the 2 wyverns as well, although they took significant losses in the church. When you downed the commander and his goblin wizard companion, the remainder of the hobgoblins sounded the retreat and were in the process of pulling back from the village. What would you like to do?
Let's see.
I guess we should check the loot on the big guy.
Yeah.
Are you gonna let the hobgoblins pull back?
I mean, there's a lot of them to try and chase down.
Yeah, so if you're gonna let them flee, we can resolve that. Or if you wanted to chase them and try and engage in combat with them, let me know. But otherwise, they will pull back and retreat from the village of Ambercross. Or I should say the ruin of Ambercross.
The way I look at it, Wes, is like there are enemies like completely around us. So regardless if we chase them or not, some of them are going to get away.
Yeah.
Because like say we go after like these 5 over here, like these 3 on the other side are going to get away.
Yeah, I'd be cool if we would just like yeah, if some of them get away, that's fine. I'd be cool if we would secure the church and look for survivors or something like that.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
All right, so as you cut down their companions and kill their commander, the remainder of the hobgoblin forces are gonna pull back. And I gotta get the loot table pulled up here, and then we'll start rolling on some loot. Oh, you missed 2 here. All right. All right, let me see. How many hobgoblins here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus a goblin and commander. Okay. If you would like we can do the hobgoblins first. So roll 10. Where's the table? 10d12, please. All right, just give me a second. This will take a second to log. All right, give me a D12 for the goblin. All right, you got a 5 for the goblin. Okay, here's where we got too far. From the slain hobgoblins, you find the following. Two written war ballads, a goblin stone idol that appears to be a goblin with shark teeth. I can't actually remember what this mask is called. You find a Mempo mask in the shape of a devil. And so you might be saying, what's a Mempo mask? It looks kind of like this. Actually, I'd say it looks exactly like this. One history book written in Goblin, 3 messenger ravens, and 2 map cases with partial map fragments.
And what? Two map cases? Okay.
Zazik, the goblin wizard, you find a pet squirrel who appears to be quite terrified. Give me 1 sec. I gotta get the loot table for the big guy. All right, roll 2d12 for the Hobgoblin Commander.
You said 2?
Yes, please. So I was taking a drink. All right, let's see. 7 and 9. One second. All right. What was the other one? 9. Okay. Okay. On the Hobgoblin Commander, you find a golden statue of a goose and a supreme healing potion.
And a supreme what potion? Supreme healing?
Supreme healing
Okay.
potion. Which is pretty dumb if he had that and did not use it. Any questions on the loot?
Not right now. I'll go ahead and whenever we find a spot to rest or whatever, I'll go ahead and roll some Arcana checks on it.
Sounds good. I gotta look for something real quick. I think it's in here. Okay. All right, so you guys loot the bodies. What would you like to do next?
I guess we'll start making our way over towards the church.
Okay. All right, so you make your way through the streets of Ambercross, past desolated buildings, some still smoldering, some still burning brightly, and approach the church. Give me a second. All right, at the center of town stands a church. The once sanctified church now stands engulfed in merciless flames, casting eerie shadows upon the surrounding landscape of the town. The crackling of burning timber resonates through the air as you make your way closer to the doors, blending in with the desperate cries and anguished screams that pierce the night from within. Smoke billows from the crumbling roof above, shrouding the scene in a suffocating haze. The doors are shut.
Can I have my familiar fly up to where the wyvern was and poke his head inside?
You want him to go inside?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he can go inside.
All right, I'll have my familiar fly in then and see what's happening
All
in the
right.
church.
Sounds good. All right, so he dips in through the hole in the roof that the wyvern tore and heads inside to check out the scene. Inside, the survivors huddle together, their faces etched with terror and sorrow. Some clutch their loved ones tightly, their trembling forms whispering prayers of desperation or hope. The trauma etched upon their spaces speaks volumes as to the horrors they've witnessed within the blazing sanctuary. Within the charred walls of the church, remnants of sacred stained glass windows lay scattered across debris-strewn floors. The flickering flames dancing across the pews, consuming once hallowed benches and sacred texts alike. The air is thick with the acrid scent of burning wood and singed cloth, intermingling with the scent of fear and devastation. Nocturne would be able to hear desperate cries for help and pleas for mercy echoing across the walls, swallowed by chaos and despair. Some survivors clutch remnants of religious artifacts, their broken faith mirroring the shattered windows and collapsed pillars around them, as grief-laden wails mingle with the relentless roar of the inferno, creating a symphony of despair and anguish. Looking towards the far end of the church, the doors are shut, and it would appear that the way is blocked by some of the fire.
Okay. I'm gonna go up and approach the door. Wait, you said the door's on fire?
So the door is shut, and from where Nocturne is in the upper echelon of the church here, there's fire that's been working its way closer and closer towards the people.
Okay.
So you might have to test the door before you open it to see if it's safe.
All right. I'll go ahead and approach the door and feel the back of it with my hand.
Okay.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody remember how you adjust everybody's volume?
You should just be able to like right click them in Discord. And it literally comes up user volume.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make it so I can hear you guys, and then I can just have Craig on mute.
Oh, if you just want to right click Craig, you can literally, there's a checkbox that says mute.
I don't have to do that because, well, I don't think I have to do that because he usually mutes himself pretty good.
Yeah, right.
I'm on iPad though, so it's a little bit more. I don't have right click. Let me see here.
Craig
Hi,
hasn't
everybody.
given me soundboard permissions yet.
Oh, here, I will. I think I can do that right now. How do you do it?
Voice? No, that's my voice.
Oh, roles. There we go. You should have access to the soundboard as well now.
I gotta
Oh,
make you louder, Klein, because.
Wait,
Oh, there we go. Got it. I got it. I just right click on your name. That's all.
all right, cool.
I'm gonna mute myself for a little bit, but I'm listening.
right. All right, so you're gonna go up and you're gonna place your hand on the door, Savik, and see if it is burning. Would that be a perception check? I feel like perception would be more to notice if the door is on fire, not to actually place your hand upon it.
I think it's kind of obvious when your hand's on fire.
Sure. Yeah, he's trying to open this door to the church. He knows that there's fire inside, but he doesn't know if the door's on fire. Yeah, that's fine. So you go to open the door, and to your surprise, the doorknob doesn't feel, it's not scalding hot to the touch.
All right. I'll go ahead and see if I can't open up the door.
Okay. All right, so you grab the handle and pull to open the door, and get strength check, please.
All right. Here we go.
Twelve is good. With a 12, the door groans under the weight of your pulling it, and eventually you gain some purchase, and the door swings open towards you. Inside, where are my notes? Oh, I might have read that already. Yeah, so there are cries for help and pleas of mercy echoing across the walls, followed by the chaos and despair around them. As grief-laden wails mingle with the relentless roar of the inferno around, between you and the populace in the back of the church. So you come in, and there's fire that is spreading towards the back of the church.
Daddy, chill.
Oh no.
Dude, it's so bad. There's so many like fucked up ones. Next time we have a fight scene starting.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh my god. I'll send you a list of some that I'd like to see add.
Okay, because yeah, these are all the like. So, if you're part of other Discord servers, like I don't know if you guys could actually see my Discord right now.
I don't think we're in your WoW server.
Well, no, I just shared my screen. Like if you look at it on Discord.
Oh yeah. How do I? Oh, watch stream. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I got you.
So like, literally, I can.
I think you should invite me to your WoW server. I won't play. I'll just be there.
Oh, so you could steal the soundboard stuff.
I just want
Let
to.
cock magic
Wow.
be done
Holy
by the
Tuesday.
professionals. Holy Testicle Tuesday.
Typical Tuesday.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
You guys use that one a lot?
Yeah, it's not hard to not stand in fire, but apparently. And of course, anytime someone dies,
Yeah.
We have them key bound to our overlay. So like when we're playing in game, like it's literally like casting a spell on your keyboard. Like you just hit a button and it comes up.
Nice. All right, Savix, you go in here, and there is a wall of fire. Oh,
Yeah. The nice hat is probably the most vulgar one.
so you come into the church, and the wall of fire is 8 feet high, and oh, 3 feet. No, I'm gonna say it's 8 feet high and 9 feet long.
Okay.
Hey, hey.
I feel like I'm gonna be hearing that a lot.
Stop it.
You know what we need to do with that?
What?
Is if we're in a dwarven area, I hear they're
Yeah.
pretty good pole vault.
Wait, I heard. All right, David. So there's wall of fire 8 feet high, 9 feet long.
Give me 1 second. I'm waiting for something to load.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and cast the Mage Hand cantrip. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a perception check around the church to see if there's like a blanket or something just like lying on around or on the ground or something like that.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, I'll have Mr. L
Sounds
help
good,
me
Grady.
too. An 8.
Eight. Okay. With an 8, so you're scanning the room here, and there is a heavy tapestry against the right wall.
All right. I'll go ahead and make an investigation check to see how heavy it is,
Okay.
or I guess a perception check. $22.
22. Okay. I need to think about how big it is. It's large. It would have covered most of that whole back wall there. So let me think. If it's a 10 by 10, it's gonna be pretty heavy.
All right. I'll just go ahead then and just brandish my sword and cut off a piece or cut off
Okay. Yeah.
cut off a little bit of it.
So it's a 10 by 10, and this is saying one. What does that say? 1 foot is 2 pounds.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead.
Oh, okay.
and-
I'm sorry. 1 pound would be 2 square feet.
Okay.
So let me redo my math. I'm sorry.
I'll just go ahead and cut off 10 square feet. And then I'm going to have Mage Hand pick it up and start
Okay.
smothering some of the fires or that it can.
All right. So you slice 10 feet of cloth off of the heavy tapestry, and it hits the ground with a thud. Your mage hand scoops it up and takes it over and starts dumping it on some of the fire. Whoops, which should extinguish some of it, smothering part of the flame.
All right. I'll go ahead and have it just continue putting out little bits of fire, around
Okay.
the church.
Yeah, so if you wanted to try and smother that section of flame, you could spend the next, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes doing that.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, so you spend 10 or so minutes smothering the sections of the flame. Excuse me, I have indigestion. And, as you do so and you're able to quell the flames eating away at the interior of the church, the populace begins streaming past you rather panically in an effort to get out of the building. So some of them offer thanks as they run by you, and others are just grateful to be free of the church that they thought they were going to die in and make their way out into the square. In the back of the hall, near the hole in the roof that Nocturne flew into, you can see a scene of carnage and devastation that is difficult to describe, with the numerous mangled bodies piled up against the back of the altar. What remains recognizable of their faces is formed into a mask of abject terror and horror. And you can assume that their final moments being consumed by the Wyvern were filled with terror and dread.
All right. Well, after the remaining villagers run by, I'll just have Mage Hand drop the cloth over bits and pieces of the horrific scene, and then I'll go ahead and see if I can't go outside and then talk with some of the townsfolk.
Okay. Just to elaborate more on that, the lifeless bodies of the villagers lay strewn across the floor, their final moments frozen in expressions of terror and pain. The creature's savage onslaught left a trail of destruction in its wake. Splintered woods and shattered stained glass adored the sanctuary floor, a haunting reminder of the chaos that unfolded just minutes before. Gouge marks and deep claw slashes mar the walls and pillars of the church, evidence of the ferocious attack of the Wyvern. The air is heavy with the scent of the metallic of blood and the sickening stench of charred flesh, an overpowering reminder of the horrific fate that those who retreated into the church for sanctuary faced in their final moments. Anyway, yeah, so with that, you come out into the square here, and I need to get some townsfolk.
I'll go ahead and, as I'm leaving the church, I'll go ahead and cut another piece of tapestry, and have Mage Hand just go around to some of the other buildings in the town or that we're close to, and see if it can't put out some more of the fires and whatnot.
Okay.
So I'll have Mage Hand do that while
Sure.
I'm working with the or talking to the townsfolk.
Okay. Cleric, are you thing?
I'll just tag along.
Okay. All right, so Mage Hand will begin moving throughout the town and working on extinguishing some of these fires. Savik, you come into the square and there are numerous villagers and common folk standing around, sort of unsure of what to do next as the village burns around them. They look as though they've been through hell. Many of them have a 100-mile stare, staring off into the distance, looking at really nothing.
Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and approach the remaining townsfolk in the square outside, and ask them. Well, I'll let them kind of collect themselves for a little bit, and I'll start asking. I'll start asking the townsfolk, is one of you the leader here, or is a leader of this group?
Yes. So you walk into the mass of humanity here that's kind of dealing with their collective trauma. And there are a couple women here and a couple men, all looking worse for wear. I don't know who you want to ask. But they point to the Tabaxi standing underneath the tree here in the center of town.
Okay, I'll go ahead and approach the Tabaxi then.
All right. So you approach the Tabaxi. He is armed, carries a pair of short swords at his hip. You come up to him and he doesn't catch your gaze immediately. He stands staring at the church behind you before he notices you. And when he catches your attention, he kind of straightens up a little bit. And he's a deal taller than you, though not much, as you're an elf. He shakes his head and looks at the ground and says, "Such wanton destruction. And for what? We're lucky that you arrived when you did, strangers. We would have all died." Jareth Swiftclaw is my name.
Jareth Swiftclaw.
But you can call me Jeff. I'm just kidding. Jareth possesses a lean and muscular build. His fur is adorned with a pattern of sleek black stripes, flecked with brown, that accentuate his form. He has vibrant golden eyes that gleam with intelligence and a spark of adventure.
Okay.
His garb is a mix of practical garments and light armor. Despite the loss that the town has faced, he appears to carry himself with an air of confidence, tempered by a warm and approachable demeanor that sort of puts you at ease. His voice is smooth and melodic, his words carrying the wisdom and authority earned through years of leading the town of Ambercross. So he says his name is Jareth Swiftclaw, and that they're all fortunate that you arrived when you did, because the townsfolk would have surely died under the assault of the hobgoblins.
Yeah, I'm going to speak up and say, yeah, it's a tragedy that the Black Banner hobgoblins have decimated your town here. We were just simply trying to find a safe haven for one of our traveling companions, and at our approach, we noticed that everything was being burned.
Jareth nods. He says, "Aye, they came with the dawn, just before sunrise. Crept into the fields and killed the farmhands before anyone knew what had happened. By the time they were on the town, they were setting fire to it, and we put up a good fight. If you look on the eastern edge of the village, we killed two of their ogres. One when it came out of the forest, and one when it attempted to enter the mines. We took too many losses, though, and when the wyverns arrived, it was over. All we could do was ring the bell and tell the townsfolk to get into the church and hold what we could." He says, "You spoke of a companion. Who is it?"
It would be Miriam.
"Miriam."
Yes, we came
Jareth
upon her.
shrugged.
We came upon her from the north. She was also being attacked by goblins, and her companions were also slaughtered mercilessly by the hobgoblins. So
Then the Black Banner hobgoblins are marching to war if they've attacked the villages in the north. She's more than welcome to join our community, but we can't stay here. I'm not sure where we're to go, but with winter approaching, we don't have time to rebuild the village. And our crops are lost, and I can't, in good conscience, lead these people further into a war zone.
Well, I have some Tom news for you, Jareth. Things are pretty bad around here right now. Between the violent attacks of the Black Banner hobgoblins, we also have recently heard of the encroachment of the Voldemar Empire, who are putting townsfolk such as yourselves into slavery to help establish and build their empire.
He blanched at that. And if you could see his face, the color would surely drain from it. But you can tell from the expression he makes, this is gravely troubling news. And he glances over his shoulder at the terrified townsfolk behind him and takes a step closer to you. And he says, if what you say is true, where are we to go?
Well, here's what I am thinking. How many townsfolk do you have that you know of that are still alive?
He scratches the back of his neck and looks around the town, and he says, it's impossible without searching through the wreckage to see who might still be alive. There may be 10, maybe 20 of us left.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anyone made it into the mines or not. He shakes his head and stares at the ground and kicks his foot, kicking up dirt. He seems frustrated. He says they attacked us with such brutal efficiency. The people here are just simple farmers. I was an adventurer in my day, but many of them had never held a sword before. And trouble like this doesn't typically come our way, not in the borderlands.
I'm going to ask Jareth, what's the closest town from Ambercross?
The closest what?
The closest town.
He looks to the south. Let me consult my map quick. I got to make sure I get the name right. Sorry, I'm waiting for the map to load here. He's south of here. More to the southeast, really. He says there are two. Silver Peak Watch and Iron Ridge Outpost. Iron Ridge isn't so much a town as it is a trader's stop, a holdover for merchants to rest, a waypoint between areas. But you should know that we believe the hobgoblins attacked from the southeast. They bore strange markings.
Okay.
He says, I don't speak goblin.
Can I tell them that we have information that says that they're camped in the north?
That they're camped where?
To the north?
Sure. Yeah, you can tell him that.
That's correct though, right? That we were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, their main encampment is to the far north. He nods at you and crosses his arms and he says, we're well aware of Urkbar Fortress. It's quite a distance from here. We have reason to believe that these hobgoblins came from the southeast. A warband of that size wouldn't have marched this far south without reinforcements of some sort. And every warlord has his generals, I suppose. If the Black Banner hobgoblins are truly on the warpath, their war chief would have united all the others to join their cause, as martial as they are. I fought several of them back in my day. Then I took an arrow to the knee. uh,
Let's see. Can we go ahead and search some of the town for survivors and wreckage and stuff like that?
sure.
All right.
Give me one. I gotta check one thing. There. All right. Yeah, you can start checking for survivors. Let me know where you guys want to search, and I'll just have you guys make a series of checks.
All right. I'll go ahead and start looking through the wreckage. I'll have Nocturne do some scouting up above, see if he can't see some people, and
Okay.
also have Mage Hand start putting out fires and stuff like that with the tapestry and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm shrinking a lot of these down because Gradius, are you assisting in the search?
I guess.
Yeah,
Not
I
too
mean,
great at not too great at putting fires out.
you are a life cleric, though, so I kind of feel life.
I'm just saying I should search for survivors since I'm not too good at putting the fires out. Not a fan of those.
All right, so starting from where you guys are now, Savik, I'll start with you. Narn's flying throughout the town. And as your mage hand makes its way through Ambercross, putting out the fires, you can hear pleas for help coming from the, well, let's roll. North.
I'll head north up from the square and have Nocturne perform another perception check closer up north here.
Sure. Oh, nice.
23.
So you come up this main drag here, and there's a section of small, modest homes here. Some have been touched by the fires, others have been touched by the devastation of the battle. The house in the back here is partially collapsed. Of these 4 houses, you hear cries for help coming from 4 of them.
Okay. I'll go into the first house here.
Okay.
Are there any chimneys
Yes.
on these houses? All right.
Yeah. So I think these. Oh shoot, where's my clicker? So these little boxes here should be chimneys.
Okay.
I don't
Um,
know. I gotta move this guy out of the way. It doesn't look like the first one here has a chimney, strangely,
All right.
but the
That's
other
fine.
three do.
I'll go ahead and approach the door to this house, and then see if it's warm to the touch, and then go ahead and open it.
Okay. The doorknob is not warm to the touch, and you could try to open it if you wish.
All right. I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. So you go to open the door, and it will not budge. It feels as though there might be something pushed up against it.
I'll go ahead and knock on the door. I'll knock on the door. I'll pound on it. And I'll say, "Is there anything blocking the? Is anyone in there? And is there anything blocking the door from opening?"
After a few moments, you can hear someone conversing from inside, and a voice answers back. It's a young man's voice, and it says, "Are they gone?"
Yes, the hobgoblins have fled for now.
It's safe to come out.
Yep.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
Because you can't hear any of the sounds of battle anymore from inside, can you? The sounds and clatter of battle have subsided.
All right. Well, we'll open the door, but we're armed, so don't try anything funny.
Okay.
All right. So you hear something sliding around on the inside, in front of the door. The door gives way, and three farmers emerge from within, and they're all armed with rudimentary farming tools. You know, shovels, sickles, scythes, and they cautiously step out of the house and survey the carnage that happened right outside their door, and take a look at the wider town that is smoldering before them. And the one with the shovel was the first out the door, and so he turns to look at you and seems startled to know when he notices that you're an elf.
I'm not just an elf. I'm a Jaffelf.
Which you felt. I'm one of the famed Jelfie Bros.
I'm gonna go ahead and say there are some of your other comrades in the town are trapped in their houses around here. Would you be able to help and aid me in helping them get out from underneath the wreckage if needed?
Sure. So they take a moment to collect themselves when they hear that there are other people trapped in town. They set their tools aside and roll up their sleeves and nod at you, determined, and say, "Lead on. Let us know where they are. We'll be glad to help you."
All right. They should be in several of these houses that are right next to us.
All right. Very good. So they'll start to spread out here. One will go with you, and they'll start searching through the homes for survivors. Gradius, where are you searching?
I was searching down over here.
Make a perception check to see if you can hear the sounds of anybody calling out for help. Ten. All right. With a 10, you can hear a cry for help coming from this long house directly south of you.
Well, I go knock on the door.
You gonna knock on the door?
Yeah.
All right, so you come up to the door, and are you doing like the cop knock, or are you just knocking?
Yeah, I want to be real intense about it.
Okay.
Please, open up.
All right, so you come up and you pound on the door, and you hear a woman.
I'm gonna tell the lady that everything's okay. We're just here to search for marijuana. We've heard you've been dealing in the area.
Just let us in so we can look around, and we'll be out of your hair.
Well, no, I let her know that the fighting's over, that it's safe to come out.
All right, it grows quiet inside, and you hear a woman timidly call out. How do I know they're not still out there?
Well, they don't speak common, and I'm just calmly talking to you through the door. Who does that during battle?
She goes quiet again and then answers a few moments later. She says, they killed my husband, Egbert.
I'm gonna tell her they killed a lot of people, but we pushed them back.
They're dead. They're gone.
Yes. That everyone's to be meeting at the town square so we can assess the damages.
All right. You hear her say in a trembling voice, and something slides away from the front of the door, and a woman emerges. She looks at you, and with tears running down her face, she says again, they killed my Egbert.
I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am.
What are we going to do now?
That's up to your town leaders. I was just here to help fight back the hobgoblins.
She nods and looks towards the town square and tries to stifle her tears and places her hand on your shoulder and says, bless you, dwarf. And makes her way to the square.
Yennefer is the main character. Nobody gives a fuck about her. Yeah, she's really hot.
All right, Savik. Trying to free the rest of these people.
Yep.
All right, let me know where you'd like to start. These guys will assist you with your checks.
All right, we'll just work our way around clockwork.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
clockwise.
All right, so these other three houses do have chimneys, you were asking.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and have Nocturne fly down through the chimneys to see if anyone's in there.
Okay. All right, so Nocturne flies up and enters the home through the chimney. And in this top house here, he finds a woman and a small child.
Okay. I'm going to alert the farmhands that there's a woman and child inside of this house. Is there anything blocking the door?
Anything that Nocturne could see? Looks like there's just a bar over the door. The door might be, the door is barred from the inside.
All right. Just you go up and approach and knock on the door. It's safe to come out.
You knock on the door and you can tell that I'm sorry, you go ahead.
I'm just going to knock on the door and say it's safe to come out. The goblins have retreated. all the remaining townsfolk are meeting in the square.
Okay, so knock on the door. You say that, and you can tell that you've startled the occupants of the house. And one of the farmers comes up and he says, he gets next to the window and he says, "Martha, it's safe." And you don't hear any. They don't issue any kind of response other than to open the door, and you see a blonde woman, a human, peek her head outside and look around, and she gives you a bewildered look as she also realizes that you're an elf, and steps outside the home with a small child, clutching a book, holding tight to her dress, following directly behind her. And she comes out and she says, "They're gone."
Yeah, for now.
She gives you an appraising look and asks, "Have you seen Tobias?"
Who's Tobias?
Her lower lip trembles and tears well in her eyes, and she says, "My son, Tobias."
Does he go by Toby?
She says, "No, not since he saw
We like
Spider-Man
the
3.
relation.
Oh, no, and she's not related to Tobias Hambletone, although that would be amazing. She says they attacked. He ran inside, took my husband's old sword, and went out to fight. And she looks behind you, Savik, at the other three men behind you, and she says, "You lot, have you seen Tobias? He's just a boy." The three their heads grimly, some of them saying nothing. She turns back. She says, "My son."
Can I go ahead and make an investigation check outside of the house to see if I can find any footprints of where Tobias might have ran off to?
Sure.
All right.
Nine. With a 9, it seems that the tracks come out of the house here to the northeast and jut over in this direction.
All right. I'll go ahead and have Nocturne follow that path, and I'll be sure and have him keep a close eye out for any footprints, and I'll be sure I'll be able to see whatever he finds.
Sure. So the footprints, lead over in this sort of zigzag direction towards the mines
Okay.
and end abruptly here. There is a body, somewhat small in stature, that may resemble a smaller teenager's. Lying dead at the foot of the corpse of an ogre. The ogre having sustained many wounds, an old battered sword hilt still buried in its belly.
Okay. I'll head over towards the corpse and perform an investigation check on it.
Okay. Oh, nice roll. Damn. All right. So if you were to roll, the corpse is lying face down in a pool of blood, and if you were to roll it over, you would see the face of a young boy, probably no older than 15 or 16, with blonde hair, As I said, there's a trail of blood from his body here. Oops. That leads to this ogre's corpse where there's an old battered sword hilt protruding from the creature's stomach, likely the blow that killed it. The boy himself looked to be, his midsection looks as though he was grabbed and crushed by the torpedo.
All right. I'll go ahead and go up to the ogre and pull the battered hilt from its stomach.
Okay. It's buried pretty deep in there, but I think your skill with the blade, you'd likely be able to pry it free, plant your feet and rip it out of
Okay.
the soft tissue.
All right. I'll go ahead and pry the blade free and start making my way back to the woman.
Okay. So you pull the old sword out of the creature's belly, and the blade itself has seen better days, but you can tell that it was once a finely crafted weapon.
I'm gonna walk around and approach the women and ask if this is the sword that Tobias took with him.
So you turn back to her, and she's kind of wringing her hands together nervously. And when she sees the sword hilt, she stops wringing her hands and just kind of clasps them together. And you can tell that her hands are shaking, trembling a little bit, and tears well up in her eyes. And she nods at you without saying a word.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and quietly approach her and give her the old, ma'am, it's tough to say this, but Tobias died fighting the ogre. I'm sorry for your loss.
She takes a deep breath through her nose as you break the news to her, and her tears resume streaming down her face. And she looks down and stares at the bloody sword in your hand and says, "Did he die well?"
I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that he died defending Amber Crossing.
She nods and wipes her tears and holds her hand out to take the sword from you. She says, and his father would have been very proud. Thank you for letting me know what has become of my son.
Okay.
So
I'm
if you
gonna,
give her this sword, yeah,
Yep.
she'll take the sword from you.
yeah. Use this. I would say something along the lines of use this as a memento to remember the Tobias who fought valiantly in the defense of Amber Crossing. For perhaps if it may have, perhaps if it was for not his noble and honorous feat of defending the town, things could have potentially been way worse.
She nods as you give her the sword and stares at the blade for a long moment and says, "We will honor him in our own way, but thank you." And at that, she turns and places her arm around her daughter, and they walk towards the center of town.
Okay. I'm going to collect the farm hands and go to the next house, knock on the door. Feel it first and knock on the door. And send Nocturne down.
The
Yeah.
farmhand beside you lets out a heavy sigh and looks at you and says, "That couldn't have been easy. Her husband was killed not 2 years ago. He asked his boy to watch after the farm in his absence."
Did his name happen to be Benjamin?
Benjamin?
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Ben. The farmhand looks at you kind of puzzledly and nods, and he says, "As a matter of fact, it was." Oh, Ken. Kenjamin. Ask if you are ready to open the rest of the house.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna BRB bio real quick, boys. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. 2 minutes. 2-3 minute break.
All right, I'm going to grab a drink. Welcome back.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the rest of these houses and stuff, and
Okay.
get the rest of the villagers and stuff to the square.
Gotcha. All right. So, are you sending your owl in through the chimney?
Yep. The chimney.
Are you sending your owl in through the chimney?
Yes, I'm setting my owl through the chimney.
Right, so Nocturne flies down through the chimney. Inside, he sees 4 people. Whoops, they're supposed to be inside the house. Oh, it's okay. Oh, these motherfuckers with their fireworks. Scaring the shit out of my dog. So there are four people inside.
Bruh. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and approach the door and knock on it. Say the battle's over. Every one of the remaining townsfolk are meeting in the town square.
Over, somebody says from within the house. That sounds like some hobgoblin trickery to me.
I'm gonna say it in Elvish then.
All right, so you speak in Elvish, and your naysayer quiets down, and you can hear something being removed from the door, and a young boy peeks his head out. And he says, "By the gods, it's an elf, Mom." And you see a blonde woman in tow, and she peers out at you, and she says, "Show some respect."
Actually,
And the
I'm
woman
not
looks
an
at you, and
elf.
she says, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
I'm not an elf. I'm a gobhoblin.
A goblin. Oh my God, they're eating him. She tells her boy to show some respect and looks at you and glances around the outside of the building and says, "Is it truly safe to come out?"
For the time being, yes. The goblins have retreated, and everyone is meeting in the town square.
And the woman grabs her cloak from the hook beside the door and she says, "Let's go." And they file outside. She glances around at the carnage and reaches forward and covers her son's eyes and says, "Come on, we're going straight to the square." And the woman glances at you as she walks by and she says, "Thank you, stranger. You saved our lives." Yeah, how many hobgoblins did you kill, Galandan?
How many? You wish you knew because you didn't even see me all last session.
You were just doing such a good job at hiding.
Yeah, I can't hear very well, so I don't know what's going on with stuff.
Well, I don't know anything about
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know anything about tablets. All right, save it. One more house here.
All right, let's go ahead and
Choking on some smoke from the town, are you?
yeah, softly.
That's what happens when
Smoping.
that's what happens when Sleepy Bear's not around.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're doing the same thing, if Nocturne flies down through the chimney, he would see 3 occupants in this house:
Okay.
2 boys and a woman.
I'm gonna go ahead and approach the door and knock knock on it. Say, the goblins have retreated. It's safe to come out now.
You knock on the door and you can hear the quick pitter patter of unmistakable child's gait. And when you say that from the other end of the door, you hear a small child respond, "Oh yeah, come on in here if you want to get a come on in here if you want to get a knuckle sandwich, Mr. Hobgoblin."
Already, you know. This kid's down sketchy and delicious.
And you hear another voice follow after that one. It says, "Yeah, come on in here if you want a knuckle sandwich."
We have a white van parked outside.
The boy says, "My mama says you're a big dumb meanie."
Let's get him. I'm gonna smash his face with an iron.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have my owl fly down the chimney and look at these kids.
Okay. Sorry, you cut out there, buddy. I didn't quite hear what you said.
I said I'm gonna have my owl fly down and take a look at these kids. Is the mom in there?
Yeah.
Alright.
So it's two small boys. They look to be about 7, 8 years old, and the mother is up against the back wall there.
Okay. I'm gonna have my owl fly down, and then I'm just gonna have him land on something and then point to the door. And at that moment, I'll go ahead and knock on it again. And I'm gonna say, "Open up! It's Santa Claus and his elf."
Oh.
Do you get a tattoo? Because you don't get a present. If you get a tattoo that year, you don't get a present.
Dude, Kyle and I were watching that when I was in Florida, and that's one of the funniest shows I've seen in a really, really long time.
Show it to my mom, but she's like, I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
Oh, it's so funny. As soon as
What's
we
your
got to the
favorite
episode, as soon as we got to the skit with the calico cut pants, Kyle and I looked at each other, and Kyle's like, "Dave must have seen this." Like, yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to calicocutpants.com and you don't pay, you're an asshole.
Yeah, everyone knows.
I don't know. The one with all the skits with Santa Claus when he's an actor are really funny. I don't know. I can't really decide though. Like, I really like the one where he goes to the courtroom and they're reading out the chat transcripts and they're talking about his stupid hat.
I think he has dice in his pockets.
He has dice in his pants.
Yeah, said that. Oh. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, so you tell these kids you're Santa Claus, and Nocturne sees one of them turn, and he says, "Mama, Santa Claus is outside."
Yeah, and his elf.
And his elf. And they said, "We want to open the door." And their mother says, "Well, hold on just a second." She comes close to the door, and she gives your owl a hard look, and she says, "Is it safe for my boys to come out?"
I'm gonna have my owl nod yes.
"All right, Mr. Santa Claus, I'm going to ask you." And you can hear them dislodging this heavy bar that was placed down over the door. And a frail, middle-aged woman steps out of the house with 2 8-year-olds behind her. And they come out and they size you up. And they say, "Hey, you're not Santa Claus. You're just an elf." "Yeah, you're just an elf. Do you have presents for us?"
No,
As
but
long
I
as
have a
it's not-
permit.
As long as it's not video games or cash.
Aw, not socks again. So the mother looks at you and she says, forgive my boys. They're, you know how children are. And she surveys the carnage around her and looks back at you, Savik, and says, must have been quite a battle.
Yeah, it was. Everybody would have been wiped out if I had showed up at the last minute.
She looks at you and her whole demeanor changes and she says, oh my. And she says, she
Yeah,
comes
so
out,
you better give us money.
she places a hand on your arm and she says, well, I would love to hear more about that. She says, do you like children? Because I have two boys who, you know, they really need a father figure in their life. If you're an eligible bachelor.
I'm just here for the zip line.
Oh, I don't know what to say to that. She says, well, I'll be in the square if you change your mind. Gives you a little wink before her and the boys head off. Right. So with that, you recover the survivors from Amber Cross.
All right. I'll go ahead and start making my way back to the town square.
18 survivors. So Swiftclaw come back to you as you enter into the square, and he says, you've done well to help recover so many of our people. But where should we go? He tells you it's too late in the season to rebuild, for the winter snows will soon be upon them. And if the Black Banner hobgoblins have marshaled, then the Ash Mountains aren't safe until they're put down.
What are they saying? They're gonna freeze to death if they don't go somewhere?
Oh, their village has been destroyed. Their crops have been destroyed. Many of the men in this town have been killed. And the threat of war from the hobgoblins looms heavily in this region. The Empire of Voldemar is invading Ashmark. So he's just wondering what his options are.
You can go up
like
north
some-
to the.
Sounds like that's a you problem.
And that sounds like a true neutral answer.
I heard that there's a safe cave up north. It has the shape of a skull, carved out in the mountains or something like that.
Oh, I'll go there.
Are you telling him to go there?
No.
I will.
You want to go there, Gallon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do. I'm going to give you the Blizzard response. You think you do, but you don't.
I don't know about that.
We'll see.
That's the sound Dave's about to be making.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're too scared to go, I guess we can do whatever you guys want to do.
Oh no, I fully support you going. I just, fully support it.
Where's the is the druid still with us?
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, so he would be just outside of town here. I just need to put him on the map.
All
I
right.
figured since he wasn't coming to combat, I'm gonna bring Miriam down here too. We'll give her one of these. Yeah, I'll just grab his token quick. I think it was this guy. All right, so you want the druid to come join you in town?
Yeah.
All right, so he turns into a bird and flies down and joins you. And he stands up straight and looks around town and he says, "Godspeed good. What happened?"
Well, all of the Black Banner hobgoblins attacked the town, and we've kind of
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say that Savick only prepared fireball spell this today.
I'm gonna tell them that we recovered what townsfolks we could, and they all have elected to become werebears.
Really?
No.
I mean, if you think about it, that would come in very useful in a war zone.
Just a whole village of werebears.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea for a murder hobo campaign. Like, oh, you roll into a village, oh, we're gonna kill everybody. Okay, well, this is a whole village filled with werebears. So good luck. Like, all right, so the druid continues to survey the town, and he says, "The damage to this town is extensive." He asks you who the leader is here and have they said where they plan to go?
No. The leader here is Jareth, the Tabaxi. However, they're extremely concerned with the shape that the town's in. They might not be able to rebuild fast enough. Their crops have destroyed. They're looking for answers, and I don't know where to take them.
Understandable. So the druid, he'll step up and begin talking to Jareth Swiftclaw. And they speak for a few moments and discuss the events that happened here today and the state of the town. Jareth tells him that, expands a little further on the state of the town and the onset of winter coming. Being that you're in the mountains, the winter tends to be a little bit harsher here in the fall. But more importantly, many of their crops were destroyed. The late harvest was destroyed in the raid. The druid responds that it's not so much an issue of rebuilding their town, and he could assist with the regrowth of their crops, but that the town needs a proper defense if the hobgoblins come here again. He takes account of all the survivors in the town, and he says 21 people, over half of them children. You wouldn't stand a chance to defend this town with this force. And Jareth places his hands on his hips and sighs, and he says, "Yes, I fear we may have to abandon Ambercross." And so the druid looks back at you, Savick, and he says, "Do you think it may not be safe to send them through the rest of the valley?
No.
If they've sent warbands this far southwest, then..."
Yeah, I wouldn't dare send these people out on their own to die.
Druid removes his horned headdress and scratches his hair, or scratches his head, and looks up towards the north And he says, "Do you think the king of Aurelis would accept these people?" If they're refugees, they fall under the king's protection, do they not?
Yeah, I don't see him having any problems.
No, he won't. Do you say that? You gotta be a Rollis hot. No. The druid says if these were times of peace, I'd have them travel with us and we could drop them at another village. But the presence of these hobgoblins so close to the border is truly troubling. And I fear that many of them would not survive the journey, seeing as they're slow with women and children. If they can make it to the border of the king's land, they'll fall under his protection. And I may be able to assist with that, he says, glancing behind Jareth at the tree behind him. He says, I studied at the Circle of the Gilded Acorn in the west, near the town of Ralston. I may be able to transport them via this tree here through there, but they'll have to be quick and orderly about it. I can't keep the portal open for long.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
The druid nods. He says, however, if you do return to the kingdom, you'll have to explain to your king what has happened up here. Or speak with the archdruid. The druid says, I'm sure that these will not be... If the situation is as dire as is to be believed here, I'm sure these won't be the last of the refugees to push to the south. So he turns to face you and he says, we're agreed then? To the Westerlands?
Yep.
Very good. All right, so the druid puts his headdress back on and raises his voice, and he instructs the townspeople to line up in an orderly fashion and explains to them that they're going to be transporting via plant, in this case, this tree, and they're going to go under the care of the Circle of the Gilded Acorn in the Westerlands near Ralston. And he tells them not to burden themselves with provisions and that they're just going to go right now with what they have. And there's some slight protesting from some people in the crowd, but he reassures them that if war is coming, better to be under the king's protection than none at all. They don't have the strength to defend their village, and this is the best course of action. To which Jareth Swiftclaw agrees. So the druid begins casting the spell, and the people begin going through the transport via plans to the Circle of the Gilded Acorn. Until only Lady Miriam and Jareth Swiftclaw are left. And Miriam comes before the tree and stops. She turns to look back at you, Savik, Galandan, and Gradius, and sheepishly offers you a small bow. And she says, "Thank you, sirs. I would have surely died without your help. I will not forget this."
I'm gonna say farewell, lady.
She blushes and bows once more. Farewell, Sir Elf. Jareth Swiftclaw approaches you and looks back at the tree and he says, I suppose it's his farewell, friend. Thank you for all you've done for us.
Farewell, Jareth.
Call on me again should you need. Well, I can't fight for shit these days, but I can hold a blade. And I'm your man if you need me. I owe you a life, Dead. Then he
I'm
goes,
sure you'll repay that in the final fight of the game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Let me just throw a little foreshadowing in front of you when we're gonna need some allies. All right. So with that, the town of Ambercross empties out. Those that survive the battle go through the portal, and the druid closes it shortly thereafter. He turns back to regard you and wipes a bit of sweat from his brow and says, the Archdruid will watch over them. Though I wouldn't be surprised if we find many more villages in the same condition.
Okay. Then I think we should be off from Amber Crossing and start
Okay.
heading towards.
Yes, let's. Let me put you guys up. I don't know what I did. Let me put you guys back on the map. I gotta take a phone call real quick for 1 minute. Sorry, boys. Think about where you want to go and let me know. The travel rate is up top, and I just gotta say goodnight to my mother here. So just give me a second.
Scruffy believes in this company.
All right, I'm lagging really bad on this map. Kyle, I'm lagging worse than you trying to play beer pong. Ask Kyle about beer pong, guys. Ask him about beer pong in Florida. Shit, you know it. He's got a pool raft that is beer pong set up. And I will admit that he stomped me on the first game, but I rallied because I am a champion. Although I also had to admit, Wes, that when we're on a team together, you definitely carry the team. I have enough self-awareness to admit that. Oh, are you checking out the map, Dave? Shit, man, is this your first time seeing this map?
I saw it once before.
What do you think? There's a lot of points of interest.
I know what they are. The one that I want to go to, I don't know if anyone else does though.
Yeah, I'm sure you can recognize what that is.
I want to go to the. I made you dot it red the one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could head north because I guess that's where the Hobgoblin clans are also going towards. So it seems that we should just go north and check things out.
Yeah, so you guys know that the Black Banner Hobgoblins are coming out of Urkbar Fortress in the north, and they are trying to destroy Clan Broken Iron, which is somewhere to the northeast. made this map in Wonder Draft, which it's actually pretty awesome for regional maps. I mean, you can click on like a continent map and then select a region and select how much you want to zoom in on that, and then it'll just populate it in much further detail. And you just have to go in and change a couple things. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks neat. It looks pretty tidy.
Pal. I wanted to try out just using it for regional maps and see how it worked. Let me open up this. Let me open up my spreadsheet so I can keep track of what day it is. Kyle must be AFK. All right, it is day 30. You guys can move 5 squares a day on foot, or if you're mounted, you can move 8 squares a day.
Summon everyone Phantom Steed so you can move like what? 8 squares?
Yes.
Or whatever. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and ritual cast Phantom Steed for everyone, and we can roll out that way.
Okay.
And I would like to make perception checks in Scout. And if I detect anything, I want to circle back and cast Pass Without a Trace on the party.
What sort of things are you trying to detect? You mean just like anything at all?
Hostile.
Anything hostile. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. What is the... Okay, so it lasts up to 1 hour. Okay. Got it. All right. Okay, so you guys are at the now ruin of Amber Cross here. I am really lagging. I'm going to reload, but you guys can move then. Just give me a sec. Or you can start moving. I know where you guys were. All right, I'm good if you want to start to move, or unless you already moved. I'm out of blurry, but you know.
All right.
You can move. I'll tell you if you need to stop or go back. I do need to pull one thing up real quick. Roll a D100. Doesn't have to be for this hex. I just need you to roll it. All right, cool. You can keep moving. Cool. So let's stop here. Where you are now is fine. As you are passing through the mountains, off to the side of the road, dangling down from a ledge, you see a rope with pitons, old, hanging in the wall just below a ledge.
I guess I'll go ahead and send my familiar up towards that.
Okay. All right. So if you're going to send Nocturne up there, he flies up to the ledge. At the outcropping in the ledge is a set of good quality climbing gear, along with some kind of bright, shiny object, round object. And that is in the hand of a skeleton, whose other hand is stuck between a boulder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How high up is the cliff?
Let's see. "45 feet.
45.
There's also already a rope and piton. I don't know how you say that. Pitons. I don't know. Climbing spikes are there.
Well,
Basically, what, like someone was climbing and now they're a skeleton?
or it looks like the skeleton was climbing, got his arm trapped, and then just kind of died there.
Yeah, his arm's trapped under a boulder.
Yeah, he pulled a James Frank. Well, he didn't quite pull a James Franco.
Couldn't cut his arm off, man.
Right.
Well, is he a undead skeleton or what? Or is it a person that died?
Looks like a person.
Oh, okay.
It appears to be a human skeleton.
Let's see.
Okay, well, I'll keep riding.
Okay. Is anybody are you going up there, Wes, or?
Uh, let's see what I can do here.
Probably have your bird grab the shiny, but I don't know about
Yeah.
the good climbing gear you might have to retrieve yourself.
Yeah, I'll just have the owl grab the whatever's in his hand and then fly down.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I gotta. Okay, so if Nocturne sweeps down and grabs this item, it looks like this. Maybe not exactly like that. They don't have the picture I need. I'm just gonna grab a stock image then. All right, so you recall Nocturne, and he flies down and with his talons sets this item in your hand, and it is a Mithril pocket watch.
Okay. Can I go ahead and make an Arcana check on it?
Thought people would be more impressed by that.
I'm gonna go ahead and look over this and make an Arcana check on it. D20. 7. Yep.
Oh, you're doing an Arcana check? Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. You cut out there for a second. I
All good.
just need, I gotta look up its stats here. Okay, so this pocket watch is rare. It is an exquisite pocket watch crafted from pure mithril with intricate engravings adorning its surface. The watch face is made of crystal, revealing an enchanted mechanism that moves with mesmerizing precision. The hands and numbers on the face shimmer with a faint blue glow. You can definitely determine traces of magic coming from this item. It seems to you with a 17 on your Arcana check that this watch may have certain chronomancy properties.
Okay.
And if you don't know what chronomancy is, I would be very surprised. But you know, it's it's magic that deals with the flow of time.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and put that in the bag of holding. I'm sure I can
Sure.
probably find some. I'll be able to find some use for that later.
Yeah, if you want to check that out or anything, let me know. But here's the description if you want to add that to your notes, and then
Oh shit.
Okay, with that, you guys can keep moving. And you moved what, 4,
1, 2, 3,
5?
6.
Is that correct?
Well, I think 6. Let me see. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6.
Okay, so that's your 7th. You can move one more,
Yep.
and we'll round out end of day 30. All right, so you guys are tired from traveling. The sun begins to dip below the horizon as dusk settles in. And ahead, sorry, I need 1 second. As dusk settles into the valley, you can see from within the woods here, as you're preparing to make camp, the embers of campfire, song and revelry and merriment coming, the sounds of merriment coming from the tree line.
Sorry, guys. I want AFK.
Okay. Okay, so nestled within the dense embrace of the ancient forest, there's a small clearing amidst towering trees that serves as a temporary haven, shielded from prying eyes by natural barriers and hidden amongst the bluffs and trees of the region. From the distance, from a distance on the road, such as where you are, as I said, you hear the sounds of merriment and cheer. There's song and tale and boisterous laughter and the smell of the cook fire and the stew that they're preparing there. As this band of fellows goes about enjoying each other's company, and there's tankards of ale that are flowing freely, and Timorian sweet wines, and so the camp appears like any other, with a central fire pit crackling warmly, casting dancing shadows across the ground. The air carries the aroma of freshly cooked stew and fresh baked bread. Several tents, expertly hidden and blending in with the surroundings, offer shelter and respite for weary travelers. Throughout the camp, lanterns of exquisite craftsmanship hang from branches, poles, or are set upon the ground, gently illuminating the surroundings, driving away the darkness. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go ahead and send my familiar into the trees a little bit and do a perception check on what's going on in the camp. $13.
13. What are you trying to perceive?
I'm just trying to pick up on what conversations I might be able to hear throughout the camp.
Okay. So one of the first things Nocturne would notice is the variety of individuals in this camp. There's dwarves, elves, human. Seems like a motley band. And as they dish out stew and tear into bread and pour tankards of ale, they laugh, regaling a story about how Robert the Hammer, referring to the dwarf here, once split an enemy's skull in two. His eyes blew 10 feet in either direction. To which Robert the dwarf shrugs off as a lucky hit. He says everyone's tough till they get hit with a mace. To which the laughter goes on and on around the camp, and this figure seated on the log here appears to be the leader, and he says, "Oh, Tristan, tell us about that time you had in Istria." And he said, "No one wants to hear that boring old tale." And he says, "No, tell it. And he says, "All right, so here I was in the Istrian whorehouse, getting my money's worth, if you know what I mean." And boisterous bursts of laughter goes throughout the crowd, or goes throughout the camp. And he says, "Well, then before I knew it, these bounty heads come in, trying to pick me up. Said I had some dues, some bounty was on my head for something I did back in the old country." I said, "Well, surely you boys don't make enough to cover all the danger you're in." And they said, "What danger?" "Well, let's just say the Istrian whorehouse doesn't exist anymore, because I didn't ask how big the whorehouse was. I told him I was going to throw a fireball, and that's exactly what I did." There's a knight standing over here cleaning a shield. He turns over his shoulder and scoffs. And he says, "Such incivility is unbecoming of you, Tristan. There were innocent people there." And he says, "Not so innocent as my coin was good enough to get me a romp while they lay on their back." To which the knight scoffs and goes back to cleaning his shield in disgust. So it just seems like it's some friendly banter between companions. I will say the name Istria is unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
So they go on about their meal and continue telling stories, and Robert the Hammer, the dwarf sitting there, he finishes his stew and his bread and washes it down with a tankard of ale. And he says, "You mind, Captain?" Reaching for seconds, and the captain looks at him and shrugs. He says, "Not at all. Might as well eat it while we have the fresh meat." Strange country this is, the captain mutters. So they go on about their meal, and let's see, what else do they talk about? A tall figure steps out of this tent here and walks closer to the campfire, and he says, "Captain, how much did we make on the last rub?" The captain reaches down into his satchel and pulls out a bag of coins and begins counting them, and he says, 80 marks. Not bad, given the work. He says, "What are you so worried about, Grimward?" To which the figure addressed as Grimward replies, "Just want to make sure we're paid fairly, Captain." And he says, "Not to worry, there'll be more coin to be had before this is all done. Why don't you sit and have some food?" He says, "I have no need to eat." And takes a few steps back towards his tent.
You say his name was Grimward?
Yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to get that right.
it's not Squidward, Grimward. So there's Robert the Hammer. Tristan of Istria, Grimward, Unknown Knight.
And did they say the captain's name? Or did they just call him Captain?
What's that?
Do we know the captain's name, or is his name just Captain?
They haven't said his name yet.
Okay.
They just addressed him as the captain.
The captain. Boy, I didn't realize this. Who would name the first name of someone the?
You cut out again, buddy. Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out who would name the person's first name the.
No, I mean, his name isn't literally the captain, although I guess it could be.
I thought it was El Captain.
Yeah. His first name is O Captain, last name My Captain. So the captain is enjoying his stew, and he rips off a chunk of bread and dips it in the broth and looks up at Robert, and he says, how's the ale?" Robert shrugs. He fills his tankard again and drinks another couple gulps of it, and he says, "Don't hold to this sort of stuff. It's a poor substitute for what we got back home, but it'll do. Something to drive away the chill of the mountain," he says with a chuckle. To which the captain replies, well, we got a good price on it." Tristan speaks up and he says, "It's hard to haggle if you don't have a tongue." What are you rolling for, Gallon Dan?
I tell my teammates something.
Okay.
I tell them that let's just loot them and then keep going.
You want to attack them?
No, loot them.
Oh, steal their shit.
Yeah, their coins. And if they have anything good, I'll take that too if it's easy. If it's too hard, I might leave it. If something's under lock, I can take it. So I'm just gonna do pass without a trace and then do like a massive pickpocket. And then this just seems to be like a roving band of some people, so they haven't noticed us, so they're firebombing people, so just take their stuff and
Who
Thank
said
you,
they were
Clint.
firebombing?
I thought they firebombed whorehouse.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
although you could take that as the truth, or you could take it as just a boastful statement when you've had a couple drinks. But you don't have any way of knowing until you
well,
you
I'm
talk.
not the police.
Dude, I'm sure hearing that is like knives to Gallon Dan's ears.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they
I'm sure
just
that's true.
all dropped their coins suddenly, and then they can't find them anymore.
I don't think they would just drop their coins.
That's the funny part. They wouldn't either. Be like, that's weird. We all lost our money at the same time.
Well, you're not going to be able to rob them from that far away. Oh, Grady's has to go. All right, buddy. I'll let you know how far we get. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Good.
See you later.
See you,
Later,
man.
Petey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna BRB bio real quick, boys.
All right. Let's rob them.
Yeah, just pass without trace. Roll stealth. Roll stuff. Sleight of hand. What's sleight of hand at? +8. Here we go. All the coin.
Please stop. We need to do other than people don't want music anymore.
What? Wait. Hey, Clint. Are you back?
What's up? I'm back. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Okay, cool. We're gonna. I'm gonna. Is it dark?
It is dusk.
Dusk. Okay. All right. Well, I'll roll past. Roll. Oh, sorry.
You can probably hear me through glasses.
I can hear you several times over.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna roll perception, stealth, and sleight of hand. Perception to find stuff. Sleight of hand.
Wait, is he at your house? Are you guys in the same house?
No. No, no, bruh.
I don't know.
Radio. Yeah, I'm at mom's house right now.
Nice.
I will go in my room because I just got banished. But I put my shit on what's the screen. Is it still up there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got passed without a trace up, cast the spell, and I'm just gonna roll perception to find stuff and then roll stealth to be stealthy, and then I'll roll sleight of hand for
So you're rolling,
if I get
you're
chest,
rolling-
I can take it.
you're rolling perception to find the stuff, and then stealth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you're gonna move in and rob these guys?
And yeah, but if there's like any like stuff, I'm not gonna get it. If it's coin or magic items, if they have any, I'm gonna do that. But if it's like rabbit's foot or wooden totems, I'm just gonna gloss. I'm just not gonna pick it up. I just want to pick up gold and just gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just before you do that, are you 100% sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I roll perception.
Okay. 22. Okay. With a 22 from where you are, they do have some chests of treasure. There's a chest here. Here. There's one more somewhere here. The captain's tent would have a chest as well.
Oh, cool. I see 1, 2.
Here, and one in the captain's chest. Or the
Okay.
captain's tent.
All right. I'll roll stealth now.
Okay. $35. Okay.
Okay. I'll do a sleight of hand. Or no, maybe I should do it for the chest or sleight of hand. I'll do sleight of hand first, and then I want to do chest.
So what are you trying to do with the sleight of hand?
Steal stuff from pockets.
Oh, you're gonna go in and steal from their pockets?
Yeah, shouldn't I? Isn't that where their money would be?
I don't know. Should you?
Well, I use a perception check. I got 22. Does it look like they have fat pockets, or
Well-
does it look like their stuff's laying around more?
You know for sure that the captain has a large coin purse on him, so you could assume that many of them are carrying coin purses. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out if I should do the chest first.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's start picking pockets. I'll pick the captain's pocket.
All right. Can you show me where you're going in? The captain is here.
Okay, probably he's in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. If he's in the middle, let's start with the chest then. I want to go around the tent And then I'm looking at this chest over here, just kind of size it up.
All right, I need 1 second.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna go up to the chest and pick the lock.
Yeah, I want to just inspect it for safety first, though.
Okay. There is a lock on the chest.
Okay. Does it look rigged or trapped or anything?
It just looks like a regular lock.
Okay.
I mean, you can always roll.
Oh yeah, I think lock picking is kind of like detecting traps and stuff too.
Are you sure about that? Isn't it another perception check?
I'll do a perception if I can.
You can.
Okay.
I was just thinking, since you were back here, it would be kind of difficult for you to discern what kind of a trap, or if there is a trap, I should say.
Well, I'm gonna look for it. Anything good?
Nope, it just appears to be a regular lock.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up behind the chest and open it.
From this direction or this direction?
From behind.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You
I'm
what? You got
pretty fast fingers. If it's locked, I roll 24 to open.
24 is good. All right. Yeah. The lock will click open, and you can raid the contents within. And just give me a second. All right. Inside of this chest, you find 80 gold pieces. Uh, and a zircon worth 50 gold pieces.
Oh. Let's slip under the tent.
Okay.
I'll just climb under one of the flaps.
Sure.
Hopefully
right.
it's dark in here.
It is
But it
dark.
might-
You go into the captain's tent. The chest is in the far corner.
Okay, I'll creep around slowly. And then I'll eye the chest for any details.
Okay. This chest also has a lock upon it.
Perception for anything fishy with it.
Yep.
Anything at all. I roll a 16.
16. All right. Upon closer inspection, it appears that there is a needle inside of the lock.
Okay, I'll use my thieves' tools to disarm it.
Okay, make a dexterity save, please. Dexterity check.
Okay, can I use my lockpick?
Yeah, using thieves' tools, yeah.
Okay.
How did you get a 39 with a +8?
I don't know.
Think you need to re-roll that.
14.
14. Okay. 14 is a fail, which means that the trap will go off. So you trigger
Now
the
we're having
trap.
fun.
You're not having fun?
No, now we're having fun.
Okay. I was like, what? Like, make a constitution saving throw. The needle extends 3 inches straight out from the lock. And you are going to take 2d10 poison damage and must succeed on a constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You take 15 points of damage.
Wait,
Poison.
I didn't roll yet.
You still take the damage.
Okay.
It just depends on if you're going to be poisoned or not. 17?
Yeah.
All right. So you make the saving throw. You are not poisoned. However, you do take the 15 damage from the dart, the needle.
All right.
Anyway, you could look in the chest now.
Will do. Making one for the team here.
Is that what they call it?
Well, yeah, I just suffered for the good of all my teammates here.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
are you going to give any of that money to your teammates? 60 gold pieces, 700 silver, 2,000 copper.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay. All right. Well, I'll make my way out of here and slowly move to the last one. While I do it, I will consume 10 good berries.
You can't eat 10 good berries.
Yeah, you can.
You can eat 10 good berries?
Mm-hmm.
No. You have to have 10 actions to eat a good berry.
Well, there's 10 of them in one hand. It's like grapes.
Yeah, but it takes one action to eat one good berry.
Now I die then.
Dude, Jeremy
Oh,
Crawford
good,
said,
dude.
yeah, Deborah.
You can eat 5. You can eat 2. It's like the best heal in the game.
Hold on. I want to know.
I guess Rangers are going to get banned at the table.
No, I just want to know. I need to look this up. Jeez. Just give me a second, please.
Yeah, look. Up to 10 berries appear in your hand.
All right. I will let you do this for now. I'm gonna think about it though.
It's pretty easy to eat 10 berries.
Yeah, but I mean they could be big ass berries, man.
Well, I actually make them in the shape of pretzels.
Oh, that's you have been
It's on my
saying that.
character sheet.
You have been saying that.
I really have that written
Yeah,
on my character sheet.
soft pretzel good berries.
I'm zooming in on it right now. They're called good berry pretzels.
The world wants to know, brother. That's fine. I'll let you do that for now. I'm gonna have to think about it though.
All right, well, we're gonna eat these, and then we're gonna go to the last chest.
I thought you were gonna say we're gonna eat 10 good berries tonight and every night after this. Oh,
Actually, you know what? I do have some health slots left for good berries.
okay.
I could make another one. Another 10. Oops. I tripped and fell and ate more good berries.
I fell into the good berry bush. All right, the other chest is over here.
Yeah, I had to reset. I'm sneaking around over there real quick, and we'll see any deal with that chest. I'm not going through the camp. I'm just taking the shortest direction. I'm just slinking around here.
So, can you show me did you go like this?
Yes. Around the perimeter.
Okay.
There's no footsteps or anything.
It looks like you're stepping into the light a little bit.
Well, what I'll do.
Are you stepping into the lantern light?
No, I'm gonna climb up here, and then I'm gonna Navy SEAL crawl up the ledge between these tents, and
Step into the lantern light.
yeah, but I got my cloak. I got my elven cloak on.
You can see the aura, right, from the lantern?
Yeah, but I got my elf cloak on.
Well, that's real fucking neato, buddy. When you come into the lantern light, your pass without a trace drops, which takes your stealth skill from a 35 to a 25, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that. For reasons.
Okay. Did it drop like concentration or wait, hold on. Is it concentration?
Uh,
I'm looking it up.
yeah, I'm looking it up too. It is concentration. I really don't want to tell you because it's going to give away the neat mechanic, but these lanterns cast out an anti-magic radiant.
I got you. Okay. So I would still be concentrating on the spell.
Yeah, but
I
it's
just
not
wouldn't-
it's not
it
active
would just-
when you're in the light. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You don't know that, Savik. Cast that from your memory now.
Well, I wouldn't know that. I
Uh,
would still just be concentrating on the spell.
Yeah,
If my
you guys
concentration broke, then I
know
would
that.
know.
I'd
But
do
Savik
that.
and Galandan don't know
I would
that.
do that if I could,
We just
rummage
won't
through my
tell
bag
Gradius.
and find a scroll of mind
Oh man, that
erase.
would be great.
I think you're mute, Wes.
I'd go ahead and do that if I could rummage through my backpack and find a scroll of mind erase.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try to do this. Dive in this chest here.
Okay. It is not locked.
It's not locked.
It is not locked.
Okay. Let's take the look.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're good. I'm looking for my loot table. Sorry, did you roll?
Oh, what am I rolling?
Nothing, I guess. You're just opening it. My bad. Sorry, I X'd out of my loot table and exit, and it fucked me all up.
No. I like the loot table.
It's pretty neat.
My favorite tables in the whole game. Especially when I'm playing Dungeon Master.
Yeah, it's good. I had to like stop myself because I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I need to throw that out there right now. All right, so inside this chest, you find 40 gold pieces, 1,200 silver pieces, and a pair of engraved dice worth 25 gold pieces.
Oh man, how embarrassing. Dice.
Keeps dice in his pocket.
Okay, well, I'm gonna slink on back here towards Davik and the party. Beep, beep, beep.
So when you come out of that light, your pass without a trace comes back on.
Yeah, and I think it was on the whole time though.
Oh wait, you took damage, so you need to roll your You need to roll to maintain your concentration when you got hit by that trap.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. SpaghettiOs.
Well,
Trying to pull a fast one, Maine?
what's the DC?
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
I need to look it up.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what the DC would be.
Wes should know.
8?
It's a 10.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it
Alright,
an
here we
8?
go.
Is it an 8, Wes?
It's either DC 10 or half the damage.
I think you're mute again, dude.
Yeah, I think you're on mute, buddy. Is it an 8?
It's either DC 10 or half the damage of the
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I think it would be, yeah. It says the default DC is a 10, or you can take half the damage, which is an 8. Yeah. All right. It's DC equals 10 unless the damage divided by 2 is higher. Okay. So it's 10. All right. You rolled an 18, you maintain your concentration. Womp womp. There I was getting excited for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You were scared a little bit.
What do you, look at my character icon. What's it doing?
It's smiling at me. I feel like the dad in a Christmas Story when they go to get Chinese turkey and they bring it out with the head on. You know what I'm talking about? Have you guys seen that movie? You know, A Christmas Story, where the kid wants the Red Ryder BB gun.
That's what it looks like?
Is that the
No,
one with,
I said. Go ahead, Wes.
is that the one with the elf?
The elf? No.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't-
one where the Santa Claus falls off the roof, right?
No, that's the Santa Claus.
Nah, I'm pretty
Is it?
sure. Yeah, that's right. It's the one with he falls off the roof and then he has the hand lamp.
Oh my gosh. Listen. I'm not going to listen to you blaspheme A Christmas Story.
He gets the blue bear pajamas.
It's the pink bunny pajamas. The blue bear. Jeez. Anyway, they go. Their Christmas turkey gets ruined, so the only place open is a Chinese restaurant. So they go there, and they have Chinese turkey, which is Peking duck. And they bring the duck out, and it's got the head on it. And the guy's Darren McGavin's wife is out there, and she's like mortified by it. And the guy's like, "Is something wrong?" And he's like, "Well, it's smiling at me." So the dude at the Chinese restaurant is like, "Ah, no problem." He picks up a cleaver and just cuts the duck's head off, like right in front of him. Anyway, your character icon smiling at me.
Hey, I have an idea. This might be a lot of fun.
Okay.
What if I take some of the copper and some of the silver and put it in someone's pocket?
I mean, you could, but the other question is, would they notice the extra weight?
Well, if they say something about it, that's on them. I don't know. Do we play by encumbrance rules?
No. No.
Neither
not
do
there.
they.
Oh my. Well, I'm just thinking, like, wouldn't you notice? Like, how long have you been waiting to say that? A long time, huh?
I just put some of the stuff I took in one of these guys' pockets. You know, so that way when somebody's like, "Where'd all the stuff go?" And there's one guy that's like, "I don't know, but I have some of it, and I don't know where the rest of it is."
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. He'll be like, "I swear to God, I don't know how it got in my pocket."
Yeah, that's the kind of behavior that gets you sent to the motherfucking duck pond.
Kind of sus. So,
Wes, I was telling my parents they were talking about Yellowstone, and I was like, you know what Wes says? Instead of taking him to the train station, he says, "I'm taking him to the fucking duck pond and they can eat shit." They started laughing.
Yeah, dude. Taking him to the fucking duck pond.
I'm getting you a black cowboy hat for Christmas.
Take him to the fucking duck pond, Jamie.
Not like a real expensive one, but it'll be a cowboy hat. Take him to the fucking duck pond and let him eat shit. All right, yeah, you can do whatever, Dave. Just let me know.
okay, I'll just go put some stuff in this guy's pocket.
The plague doctor?
Yeah.
Squidward.
Yeah.
I guess
Squidward.
I'll slip under the tent. I'll slip under the tent and then like my hand will come out and just put a big pouch of it or some in his pouch or whatever.
How much are you giving him? I assume you're not going to give him everything.
I don't know. I'll give him like 400 silver and 2,000 copper.
Okay. You got to keep track of what you're taking with you then, okay?
Yeah, I have it written down.
Okay. All right, you can do you need to roll sleight of hand to put that on him?
Sure.
Probably. Yeah,
that.
probably. Yeah.
Here we go.
I didn't know that not tracking encumbrance in this game meant that you could carry literally thousands of coins on you and nobody would know.
Yeah, that's a little FYI there.
Thank you. I will definitely remember that. Nice. 18.
Okay,
All right,
I rolled 18.
Yeah, that's a success. So you can hang this pouch of coins on his belt, and perhaps he's too busy with other things to.
Yeah, the 2,000 coins that looks obviously a little too big.
Okay.
They'll be like, "What's that you got there?"
He's gonna be jingling when he walks.
Yeah. They'll put two and two together.
Nothing. I don't got nothing, boss.
And that's how you take out a henchman.
I like how you guys don't even know anything about these guys, except for this guy burned down a brothel.
He didn't sound nice, though.
Well,
Who
he is
said?
wearing a creepy mask.
Yeah, they look a little. Just. I say we just sow a little discord and see how they handle it, and then they'll tell us what we need to know about them.
Okay.
So I would like this creep back here, pass without a trace, and then keep going. But I'd like to keep an eye on their camp perception out. Maybe, or Wes maybe can keep his owl there just to observe what happens next, and what we might continue onward.
Sure. If you guys wanted to move further up the road and set up camp elsewhere, you could.
Yeah.
There's another map on this map that I can just throw you guys over at. And we can keep an eye on these guys. Geez, who else is on this map? All right, now if you guys look to the southeast, oops. We'll just say that's camp for now. You know what's not really fun?
What?
Anybody?
What? Yawned.
Camping.
Camping?
Yeah, not a big fan. I mean, I like camp food. I like the food that you eat when you're camping.
Oh, you mean like camping in video games?
No, I mean like actual camping, doing camp stuff. I mean, it's not bad if there's like, I shouldn't say that. Like my family used to have we have a camper up at Lake Racetown, which is okay. It's pretty nice. But I mean, that's like camping in the loosest sense of the word because, you know, there's air conditioning in the camper and there's a shower and an actual bed and a grill and there's a TV. Like, so, I mean, you're at the campground, but you're not sleeping in the tent.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's better, you know. I guess it also depends. Like sleeping in a tent, when it's hot like this, just reminds me of being at the Creation Fest at like the hottest time in the summer, and that's a no for me, dog. Like, bro, I'm not trying to be sweating inside of a tarp with fiberglass poles holding it together. Hey, let's take a bunch of kids into the mountains, and if you want to shower, it's literally a tarp with a bucket of water here. Okay. This is awesome. Anyway, sorry. So you guys can set camp down here. Is there anything that you would like to do when you set camp? You're just keeping an eye on these guys?
Yeah, for now. I'm gonna look over my spell book and prepare some spells and stuff like that.
Okay. Is anybody taking a watch?
I'll do all the watching.
You'll do all the watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after some time, Savik, while you're peering through your familiar's eyes, you see a tall, lithe, half-elf woman step into view from underneath the tree and return to this camp. She has part of her face obscured, but takes the lower half of her mask down as she moves into camp and fills a tankard of ale and moves to join the people around the campfire. And as she approaches, the captain says, "Isolde, you return." Isolde offers a half-mocking bow, and she says, "Captain Sebastian." And he says, "How was your scouting? Find anything of use?" To which she replies, "Nothing. There's some trouble across this valley with the hobgoblins, but I don't believe they know of our presence here." And he said, "We're more the better for it." He says, "Here, there's still some stew upon the fire. Help yourself." To which she leans down and grabs a small plate and begins to eat. He says, "Oh, what is the knight's name? I can't remember." He says Grimward, and I gotta look up the knight's name. I can't remember what I named him.
Patrick.
Anyway, he calls them over for a meal. The knight's gonna stop cleaning his armor and his shield and set his equipment down here and come over here and grab a plate. Oh, you know what? I bet it's on his token, what I named him. Free. So it's Joffrey and Grimward. So Joffrey comes over and grabs a plate and takes a seat by the fire, and Grimward starts walking over here. And Isolde pipes up first, and she says, "Grimward." And the plague doctor freezes in his place. He says, "What do you want, wretch?" She says, "You got a little bit of a sway in your step. You have something you need to show us." Grimward looks around and he says, "Don't be ridiculous." And she says, "Captain, I think he might be holding out on us. Should check his belt." My massive tongue, yeah. That's what you should see. She's like, "Those are my massive balls." He says, "I would do no such thing." And the captain holds his old gaze for a moment and stands, and he says, "Now you know the rules, Grimward. We split the loot equally, and no one's supposed to be taken from the chests." He said, "Captain, I wouldn't steal from the chest. I've been working on my spell book over here all night." And he says, "Even so, stand up. Let's have a look at you." So Grimward stands up, removes his mask in frustration. You can see that he's a bit, well, you can't see, but Nocturne can see that he's a bit disfigured. His face has a little bit of a disfigurement to it. So he removes his mask and stands up. And Joffrey sets his plate down and comes over and starts patting him down there. And he says, "Aha." And he rips the coin pouch away from his belt. And he says, "Look at this, Captain." And he throws the stack of coins at the captain's feet. Captain Sebastian leans down, opens up the satchel, finds, what'd you say, 2,000 copper coins?
And 400 silver.
Yeah, all right. So that's a lot. He finds 2,000 copper and 400 silver in this coin pouch, and he stands up and places a hand on a very fine rapier and narrows his eyes at Grimward. And he said, "You would steal from us after all this time, after knowing the importance of our mission." And Grimward turns and looks at the coin pouch on the ground. He says, "That's not mine, Captain. I wouldn't steal." And he says, "I've heard enough. We'll have you answer to Robert later." And the dwarf perks up at that, and he says, "I guess we'll be talking a little bit more." And he says, "Joffrey, take him away." To which Joffrey steps up, grabs him by the back of his arms, and starts marching him towards the captain's tent. Much to his protesting. Captain Sebastian grabs the statue of coins off the ground and secures them to his person. He looks at his old and Robert and walks back to his tent. What are the rest of you, what are you guys doing now?
I'm gonna have Nocturne kind of fly over towards the tent, see if he can't listen to what they're saying inside.
Okay. Give me a second. And Grimwald moves to protest, but in a stern voice, the captain says, be silent and step forward. Grimwald nervously replies, Sir, I assure you I am innocent of the charge, and I would never betray the trust of our fellows, nor this brotherhood. The captain replies grimly that the evidence points directly to you, Grimwald. We have eyewitness accounts, missing coinage, and you have no plausible alibi. This treachery tarnishes the honor of our unit and undermines the trust that the Emperor has placed in us. Grimwald replies desperately, Captain, I swear on my life, I'm wrongly accused. There must be some mistake. I would never jeopardize our mission or betray the trust that the Emperor has placed in us. The captain replies sternly, the consequences of theft and betrayal in our ranks are severe, as you know. The Emperor demands loyalty, especially from us, and integrity from all of his subordinates. To maintain the order and discipline of our unit, the punishment for this treachery must be brutal and unrelenting. If Nocturne can see, he would see that Grimwald is visibly shaken. Sir, please, I beg you for your understanding. If there's any way to prove my innocence, I will do whatever it takes to clear my name. I cannot bear the thought of betraying the trust of my comrades nor my commander. The captain dies. I've known you for a long time, Grimwald, and it grieves me to see you in this position. However, our duty is to the Empire above all else. If you're truly innocent, the truth shall prevail. But until then, prepare yourself for the punishment that awaits those found guilty of such treachery. Grimwald moves to respond, but Nocturne can hear the captain snap his fingers, and Joffrey turns and with a mailed fist punches him in the gut, which causes him to cry out in pain as if the wind knocked out of him and double over. And from there, the beating continues.
That's why I shouldn't steal.
Well, I hope you're happy with yourself. Not only did you successfully undermine my awesome combat variable of the anti-magic lanterns, but you also got a sneak peek into who these guys actually are, and it is disappointing.
Whew. That's the gallon can.
200 EXP.
Gallon dance, you know? Just only the very best with the right amount of dirty.
Why don't we call it here for now, guys, since we're at a good stopping spot? Is that cool?
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds good.
And then we'll start day 31 next week, and we'll decide what you guys want to do with these guys.
Okay.
Sorry, I know we didn't have really any combat at all, but it's the rescue of the villagers of Ambercross, and then encountering these guys. I wasn't really sure if you were going to go in for the social encounter or pull some other hijinks like stealing from them, and then framing one of them for stealing the coins.
Didn't steal coins.
I mean, you're just doing what your character would do, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, I know it was a little. Crime does pay. It does. I know it was a little bit of a slower session tonight, but we had that huge encounter last week, so you got to have a little follow up, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna go check on my wife.
All right, buddies. Well, I will. Wes, I'll see you on Friday, and I'll be looking forward to catching up and talking about the session.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Did you guys have a good time?
Oh
yeah.
dude, watching the
Nice
whole
technical
social
difficulties.
encounter play out was hilarious.
Awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, as long as you guys are having fun, I'm having a good time. So I just wanted to make sure. All right, boys. Well, Wes, I'll see you this weekend.
We steal in this campaign.
See you, Klein.
We don't
Later,
kill.
guys.
See you, Klein.
See you, buddy.
Later, man.
Bye.
Bah. We steal in this campaign. We don't kill.
You're stealing the what?
We steal in this campaign. We don't kill.
That's right. This is the Robin Hood campaign.
Robin the Hood.
Robin the Hood.
All right, man.
All right, Petey. See you on Friday, man.
Yep, sounds good, man.
Later, bro.
See you.